April 14, 2014, close to 300 girls were taken from their hostel. They were taken not because they went for a party, but they were preparing for their examination. As we speak today, sad enough, it's 3 years since our girls were taken from their dormitory. As a nation, we must not fail our girls in the clamor for their rescue. And in unison, as today marks 3 years, we still insist that our girls must be rescued. So, rescue our girls now. Rescue our girls now. Rescue our girls now. All we are saying, rescue our girls. All we are saying, all we are saying, rescue our girls. All we are saying, rescue our girls. 3 years after Chibok abduction, 3 years down the line, what 3 years means in the life of a student. Students who gain admission into the higher institution at the same time the Chibok girls were abducted will now be preparing to write final exams and graduate by the next session with a degree. But these young captives abducted by Boko Haram have no idea what they are undergoing or the value additions that captivity will be to them. Even if they will be freed, this means the girls have wasted 3 years of their lives already. Even so, they will have been so abused by their captors. 3 years in the life of a business starter. The apprentices have average of 2 years or slightly more to finish learning a trade and gain freedom to commence their own trading activities depending on the line of career. By now, someone who enrolled into learning a trade since the period of Chibok girls abduction would have or almost be preparing to earn their own living. But is this the same for these Chibok girls? What about 3 years in the life of a nation? What about the past 3 years for you and me if we look back? And what about these missing girls? Fellow Nigerians, we can't pretend that all is well and move on. It remains a burden on all of us that some young children following us have been snatched off our back and we no longer have them coming with us. It's 3 years so far, and while our hopes have been raised that some of these girls have been rescued, we call on the federal government to increase efforts and rescue our girls now.
For this not to happen again, let all Nigerians unite against terror. And this should not just be a cliche, we should all internalize it. Let all Nigerians unite against terror.
Nigerians unite against terror. Nigerians unite against terror. Nigerians unite against terror. Okay. Nigerians unite against terror. Nigerians unite against terror. Nigerians unite against terror.
My name is Vera Okay. I am concerned that the terrorists went for girls only in that operation and always abducted girls in most of their nefarious operations. But why is this so, and what does it portend for us as females? It is because females are responsible largely for reproduction, which will help their sex to populate their camp. They can also serve as baits to attract male recruits for Boko Haram. It is also a war strategy, as females are vulnerable as Pauls. I want to plead, therefore, that we make security of girl child more priority for the sake of their higher vulnerability. Please ensure proper protection and safety of the girl child.
3 years after Chibok, we rescue our girls now.
My name is Benga Gonzalo, and I want to talk about how the abduction of the Chibok girls have impacted on the security consciousness of Nigerians. And we know that one of the major aim of terrorists is to create fear and anxiety in people, and to also create threat. And they have succeeded in doing that with the several bombings and the eventual abduction of the Chibok girls 3 years ago. Immediately that happened, and the inability of the Nigerian government to be able to rescue the girls at a very good time has created a lot of security consciousness on our people. Now you see people gather at the bus station. They are not too sure of what's going to happen at the next time. Everybody's afraid. You're looking at the next person. You're looking at your back. You're looking at your front. You're afraid that something untoward might happen at any time. Politically, there are a lot of challenges security-wise also. Even at a time, it has become very difficult for government, for political parties to organize their rallies in public places because they were afraid of what the Boko Haram might do. And then again, when we look at it socially, education is to create knowledge, is to allow people to receive knowledge and to develop their skills. But we also realize that immediately after the abduction of the girls, and people begin to go to schools to withdraw their children. They don't longer want to keep them in the dormitories and the hostels, because it was from the hostels, it was from the dormitory where they were preparing for exams that these girls were abducted. And therefore, people begin to be afraid. Most importantly, in the Northeast, they begin to see the economic impact of the abduction of the girls. The economic impact was so enormous because it creates a lot of security consciousness in the people. People that will go to their farms freely before now stop going. I read a story of a woman, one of the parents of the abducted girls, who said each time she was in farm, she would not be able to walk because she will remember her daughter and she had to run back home. And that created a lot of food insecurity in the Northeast because people are afraid to go to their farms. Also, we begin to realize that even we no longer trust our government, we no longer trust the politicians, because the abduction of the girls left a hole in all our hearts. We do not respect the government any longer and we look at them as people who are not serious, and therefore Nigerians began to speak a different language before the abduction of the girls. They now talk more about the inability of the government to provide security, to save life, to save properties, and create a conducive environment for everyone. Also, we begin to realize that immediately after the abduction of the girls, a lot of parents begin to withdraw their children to become day students, even places far away from the Northeast, even places far away from Borno State. People started thinking seriously about leaving their children in schools, and therefore we begin to see a lot of departure from what our consciousness, security consciousness, used to be before now. And I think government needs to be more active. The political will to rescue the girls must be stronger so that we can redress all the challenges that the people have built. Now we no longer trust ourselves, and we are no longer our brother's keeper because we are afraid of what might happen next. We need to join hands and work together, government and the people, to rescue the girls and create a security environment.
I'm Michael Okorafor. how to arrest the growing spate of kidnapping in Nigeria. 1. Create employment for youths. Youths have become so idle, and the idle hands, they say, is devil's workshop. 2. Fund education. Poor education, especially in the Northeast, exposes people to ignorance and make them resort to lawless engagements. 3. Upgrade the justice system and improve security of lives and properties. Thank you.
Yes, my name is Olawoye Oluwasegun. Economy, Chibok girls, and security. I believe that insecurity is what led us properly into economic recession. And then the only way that we can be on the path to economic recovery is until the Chibok girls are back. How do I mean? The recession we have been talking about didn't just start. Even though we believe that the traces were already there, it didn't eventually or suddenly happen. We entered the recession properly when insecurity became a major threat. And how is this a major threat to economy, insecurity, and the Chibok girls? First is that farmers are beginning to leave their farms because there is threat to them on the farm. Especially the phenomenal abduction of Chibok girls added another milestone to the threats that farmers had at their field of work. So the moment people started leaving their farm, agro products and revenue due to agriculture began to fall. More so, foreign investors got this alarm. Because they were alarmed, they decided to channel their resources to other countries. Our borders began to scare them. And when investors are not confident of security where they are going to put their investment, they leave and try where it is safe for them to put their money. So the withdrawal of different funds and different channels of production into the economy that could improve our GDP is the source of money running out of circulation and therefore economic recession. Let us now also look at it. It didn't even end with that abduction. Even few farmers who remained on their farms have started coming up again to complain that there is now an increase in the resurgence of Fulani herdsmen threatening them on their farm. Again, this is another threat to security. Therefore, how can we therefore come out and say that we have a roadmap for economic recovery? That can only be on the paper. The truth remains that as far as insecurity remains a major threat, investors are scared to put their money. There is no amount of graphics or infographic preparation or arrangement that we can put on paper, snap photos in Aso Rock and say we have economic. So we can now begin to therefore look at insecurity as a major factor in economic survival of a nation. And that is why Nigerians must wake up. Our government must wake up and tighten security and ensure that there is priority in that concern to protect lives and properties. If you cannot ensure people of their security, you cannot therefore ensure them of economic survival.
I am Adila Yeshumefo by name. I am impressed by the role social media played in the advocacy for the rescue of the Chibok girls. Firstly, the news was broken on social media and also the spread of the story about the Chibok girls. Also, social media gave the story of the girls an international face, which also connected the voice across the globe, such that the former First Lady of the United States engaged with the advocacy. More significantly, the sustenance of the pressure on the government for the rescue of the remaining Chibok girls at the terrorist den is by the advantage of social media. Let us all then maintain the social media and let us use it to engage the government and discuss our issues constructively. Let us all unite against terror.